So today I wanted to provide you another example of how you can use the data, but I wanted to say that again, what I did in here or what I'm going to be showing to you, this is based on dummy data that I put together. I again made some of the differences between the different groups more dramatic in a way that I could make my point. So just keep that in mind as we go through this. You're going to have to bear with me through different things, different assumptions that I made. And I also wanted to mention, also keep in mind that there are many ways, there are multiple ways to analyze the data. So the way that I'm trying to show you is kind of like how I would do it for this particular situation. That doesn't mean that you have to do it in the exact same way, because one of the main objectives of this kind of project is trying to show you how more than like one method to analyze data. There's like multiple methods, and this is more about making you feel empowered with the data, not afraid of the data. And so that tomorrow, whenever you feel like there's something going on in your classroom, or whenever you feel like there's a problem in the institution, you feel like confident enough to open some data sheets, some spreadsheets, some dashboards, and start thinking about what can you do about it. So just keep that in mind as we go through. Now, the data or the example that I'm putting together for you is, again, one example in where I am the faculty. I am from the program called Institutional Research, and the course name is Statistics 101. I have a particular CRN that I am analyzing, and my campus for this example, it's my class is being offered or was offered at Cesar Chavez. So as I mentioned at the very beginning of this presentation, this is about headcount. So today we will be working with a headcount example. The reason why I picked the headcount example is because I saw how many of you in your online forms included questions about this, in a sense that you mentioned that you were interested in learning more about how to improve your enrollment or your headcount, how to maybe increase the enrollment from a specific group. So it's trying to speak to that portion of your online forms. So let's start from showing how this data sheet works. Remember, blue data sheets are head counts. So if you go back to the PDFs that we sent to you at the beginning, you will have some blue data sheets. And at the top of these data sheets, you can see what is the data about. So in this case, by looking at the black box, I see that my data is about head count and is for spring 19. Now, if I look at the left, I can see how I have different demographic groups. I have gender, ethnicity, and age group, and also a total. At the top, I can see different levels of disaggregation. So I have my CRN, which is the one that I am analyzing. And then I have also the course level data, which is not only me, but any other faculty that taught this class in spring 19. And the third column is the overall program. In this case, all the different courses offered inside of institutional research. The columns on the left, those are the actual headcount or the actual people that are in my class, in the course, and in the program. So you can see how, for example, in my class, I had 26 females, 24 males. I had 1 African-American student, 6 Asian students. So you can see how that works. The same for the course level and the same for the for the program level. On the right, you have the distribution, which means that, for example, in my classroom, I had 24 male students, which represented 48% of my population. So this is just so that you get how the data sheet was organized. Now, the next thing that I want to show you, Patty, is in this case, course statistics 101 would be all the classes that were offered in spring 19, like all the teachers, all the faculty together. So say that in this case, my class had 50 students, but if I add my class with Cassandra's class and also Patty's class, which happens to be Statistics 101, we all had 200 students.
Okay, wait a minute. So the course stats are all the classes in the whole healthcare career program?
For that course.
For that particular
okay
class.
So that does say that it's the same class as same course as my course.
Correct. Yes.
Yes. So like
okay,
this one, like the course, it would be all the PCAs together versus
okay, thank you.
CRN, which
okay,
would just be yours.
Thank you. I said the wrong word. Thanks.
All right. So now that we understand how the data sheet works, I want you to spend 1 minute looking at the data. My advice, again, there's many ways to do this, but my advice is to start looking at the percentages. So I want to give you 1 minute or 2 minutes and look at the data and let me know what is, catching your attention. Anything that for you is interesting when you look at the data.